Rashi on Pasuk Yud Aleph. Not sure how far Rabbi Ravner what he did yesterday. Okay. Vayishka b'mokom hahu. No, earlier. V'yosem Rashi Osov. He took the stones and put it around his head. Osen kimin marzev sova the rosho. He created a semicircle, like around his neck, around his head. Shiyore mechayis ros, because he was concerned for predator animals, because the first part of the body that an animal attacks is the upper extremities. Hischil merivu zum zu, okay. Zosamer salayonich tzadikis rosh. Zosamer salayonich miyad osa kodesh baruch hu even achas. Zer shenemar v'yikach es even asher somer ashosov. What's the whole concept they were fighting? Olayonich tzadik rosha. What is understanding? Everything in existence exists only because this Hashem wills it should exist. But what's the process? It's like the Gemara says in Tainis that every blade of grass has a malach that was created, that it's its responsibility to make sure that blade of grass grows. So everything in the physical has a spiritual counterpart. So you have a stone. So a stone has a malach behind it. Now, what exactly is the value of existence? What's its value? Howard, what's its value? To accommodate the tzaddik. Why? Because the tzaddik, his value is to address the purpose of creation, of Bria. So therefore, if the tzaddik wants to lie down or needs the stone to accommodate his need, every stone, every malach wants to accommodate. So what do? Right? Yeah. Everyone says, Allah yinich tzaddik rosho. So therefore, to accommodate all the malachim, HaKadosh Baruch fuses it into one stone, and they're all participating in accommodating the tzaddik. I mean, factually, it's a little bit difficult. I mean, if you need multiple stones to protect his head, so what do you have to fight? Every one of them is participating in accommodating the tzaddik. What's Olai Yonich Tzaddik Rosho? If one stone's enough, I understand each one's fighting which stone should be the one. But here you need many stones, correct? Yeah. That's why it says Vayikach mi avnei hamokum. He took multiple stones. That meaning one stone wasn't enough. So if that's the case, why are they vying over here? Who's going to accommodate the tzaddik? They're all accommodating the tzaddik.
First they weren't united in the service of the job, and now, by the end of the night, they were all united.
Yeah.
There were 12 stones, is that right?
Yeah, it's separate discussion. I'm going with Rashi. Rashi's signing a chazal. No, but again, I'm going with the chazal. What Rashi's saying, why were the stones fused into one? Because each one was fighting and Allah yinich tzaddik rosho. But I'm asking you, they're all being manich. The tzaddik needs every one of them. What do they have to fight? You know, it's like 12 people walk through a door simultaneously. Are they going to fight who's going through the door first? You could all go first through the door. I mean, Allah yinich tzaddik rosho. Just I'm not answering it. Just as simple. You know, we learned this. How many times in your life have you learned this Rashi? Okay, but seemingly this is difficult. Now, the Torah tells us Vayishka b'mokom hahu. He lied at that location. Loshen miut, right? It's an exclusion. Bo semokom shochav av yudal shonim sheshimish beis ever lo shochav b'laylo. Why? Sheyosik b'Torah. He lied here, but in shame when he was in beis ever he did not. That was his level of commitment to Torah, right? He learned this also in the past, correct? I see Howard has it all yellowed out. Okay? So the question is, why is this important information for us to know? To tell us what kind of masmid Yaakov was. No, serious. Simple understanding. Yaakov, what do you say?
I was just thinking about the Rashi. I'm not sure I got the second question.
It says, the Torah tells us, Vayishka b'mokom hahu. In that location he lied. So the inference is, but the past 14 years, he didn't even lie down to go to sleep. Right? So from here, it tells us, Osik b'Torah. Of Yudal Cham Shishimish Beisev Ilushocha B'Lai Shei Osik b'Torah. What is that important for us to know? To tell us that what kind of masmid he was. This is more than a masmid. What does that connote? Good. So what does that tell us?
It was continued, was it?
Or we told him,
He slept. Factually, he did sleep. Can't sleep. The Gemara says, versus I'm not going to sleep 3 days. You give him Malchus, he thinks that you should.
Maybe he never slept because he was always afraid Esau was on his back. But here he had to move with him.
The level of Torah that he got to, through these how would you know that he studied hard?
It's a Havmin. He was Yaakov. The Torah Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Olim. He's a Yoshev Olim. He went in there, he drank coffee and smoked cigarettes. Yoshev Olim means he dwelt in that tent of Torah. What's even the consideration?
People are geniuses. They don't have to.
So but if there's endless what to be a genius about.
I understand.
If you appreciate the question, maybe you could come to the answer. So I was thinking, he was 63 years old when he took the brachas. His whole life he was learning. So, another 14 years. You know, he might as well learn for the rest of his life. Stay in Shem Ava forever. I mean, what's happening over here? He understands without these 14 years, he can't survive by loving. That's the level of impurity that he has to contend with over there. So the Torah is just telling us, factually, his parents told him to go immediately. He delayed it. Why? And how do we see the degree that he understood the importance of that Torah? He didn't even lie down. When it says he was Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Olam, he did lie down. Here he did not. So that brings out this point. He couldn't go there until the degree of immersion in the Torah. That's what the Torah is revealing to us. To give us understand what based love on us. What did he have to contend when he went to Lavan? It was okay. He was fatherly. He's a bad person. No. Is a question if he didn't prepare properly, he's vaporized. Literally. Cannot survive it. Even Yaakov, who learned 63 years of his life. You're not fully invested to this degree, you cannot survive Beis Lavan. That's the rishus, the evil of what he was. It's interesting. But yet, Rachel and Leah, they were tzaddikus. In Beis Lavan, what was their level of preparation? Right. So maybe you'd say, woman has a different spiritual makeup. Right? Maybe you could say, the Gemara says that what was the difference between Rivka and Yitzchak? It says that one of the reasons why Yitzchak became blind and he was affected by the wives of Esav much more than Rivka, because Rivka, she was brought up in that environment so she could deal with those issues. Yitzchak was like pure. It says, it compares it like you have flesh and you have a bone. A bone doesn't pierce a bone, but a bone pierces flesh. So therefore, being exposed to that kind of behavior of the wives of Esav, it was like putting a knife into him. He couldn't repel it. Rivka, she was well-weathered. Because she was well-weathered, it didn't affect her. So I'm saying, could be Rachel and Leah, who were there, how they came, it's a miracle how they came upon the way they developed, like Rivka. Her father was a Rosh, her brother was a Rosh, her countrymen were Roshoim, Lanka Shvocha Shel Rivka, okay. How? Whatever. Same thing Rachel and Leah, but still. But to counter all that ra, that evil, Yaakov was brought up in the Kodesh Kadoshim. His parents, the home, everything. When was he ever exposed to this? To go into that environment, it's like immediately you become asphyxiated, spiritually speaking, immediately. Therefore, that's Vayishka v'makomu, and he understood that, and because he understood it, he didn't even lie down. But when the 63 years, he lied down. He did. It wasn't with that degree of involvement because it wasn't necessary. It's like this different person, pikuach nefesh. It means say you didn't sleep for the past 3 days. You only just dozed off, when you realize your life's at stake. It doesn't mean say the other times that you weren't. It means you lived irresponsibly. Pikuach nefesh is a whole different level. Yaakov understood what pikuach nefesh is here. Not only pikuach nefesh, it was speaking about what was at stake, the whole future of existence. He understood there's no way he could be the Av of Klal Yisrael unless he prepares to this degree. Okay? That's why the Torah has to share this piece of information with us. Howard, you got it?
I think so.
I still don't understand why he slept, he was able to sleep. What's coming that he slept there? I understand he needed the preparation with love on it.
No, it's the degree of involvement. Why to what degree he was involved? Why? That means before he wasn't involved to that degree. It just tells us the level of understanding of what Lovin was. We have no idea what base Lovin was. It was worse than the worst that you could even imagine what it was.
So this information came through his mother? Is that what he learned? That you need better defenses, you need better, this is what you have to do to...
No, his wife, his mother didn't teach him Torah.
No, the preparation for eating.
He understood that. He didn't need his mother. Maybe his mother filled him in what base Lovin was. But that he knew, of course, that he understood himself. If that's what it is, fire burns, so what do you have to do? You have to stay away from fire. And if you have to go through the fire, you have to have protective to go through the fire. Yeah, but he has to know. It's still not the environment. Esav, he kept his distance from Esav. There he's in it. It's a Gemara. There was a Gemara, yeah, she was brought up. Yeah, because she was brought up with her. Yeah, it's a Gemara, I just have to figure what it is. It's like, and it compares to Etzem and Boser. She was Etzem. Thank you, just missed phenomenal Shalushudas Torah. But it's not so bad because even Shalushudas, they're too distracted, they wouldn't have picked it up.
Not sure it's too short that way. I think it's probably 614 mitzvahs. Be able to eat shalushudas in the winter.
Uh-huh.
Properly, Don't see it. Don't give
No, maybe she said
about the herring.
Yaakov, there was inserted Yaakov on the
herring.
he said,
No, it's foolish. Yeah, his face is on the key. One it is.
why wouldn't the stone, he was at a level that was...
No, I'm not saying that. But why did if? But doesn't answer my question.
No, the question is,
He needs all the stones. Why should they fight? They're all in it.
so one of the answers is...
I'm quoting the Rashi. You wanted to give me other medrashim? Yes, or what are you answering?
So according to Rashi, he laid his head on the one stone.
No. Rashi took the stones because all the stones he needed to protect his head. His head had to be surrounded. I'm going with Rashi.
I know Rashi said he laid his head on the one stone.
It doesn't say on the stone. It says around his head.
I was thinking that the stones are not people, so people shouldn't fight to get in the door, but stones, their raw bloodstone of existence is to serve the tzaddik.
So, okay.
So therefore, they are not, they're not human beings.
The malachim.
They are malachim that are expressing this bloodstone without any purely competing to serve the tzaddik. So they all have that, they're all focused on that point, and the Russians were.
Here we go.
And as a consequence-
A line. On.
I know, I understand that. But it says, Osa kamin marziv. He needed all the stones. But he needed all the stones, Rashi says, to protect him, Michayero. That's what Rashi says.
I understand, but it's a big difference
They coalesce.
between protecting
Yeah, that's it.
and touching.
But you can't lie.
Okay. You discuss it with your son. I'm sure your son will appreciate the question.
One stone is not round, right? You lie on a stone.
No, you could have a round stone.
One
His
stone,
head was like wedged in between, in this semicircle.
semicircle. They have one stone. So how?
They have multiple stones. He took multiple stones like this.
Multiple stones.
And now all the multiple stones became one stone.
But it still have the same shape.
Same shape.
No, they just meld together to one semicircle.
Do you need a visual aid on this one?
I do.
Okay.
Was it common in those times for stones to fight with each other? Meaning,
Of course not. Olay Yanir Tzadik Roshit. Only because it's Yaakov. There's only because of Yaakov. Because he was. The value of existence is to accommodate the Tzadik. Because the Tzadik is the one who addresses the purpose of existence.
back then people worship stones and stuff.
No.
Because they had more.
Yaakov didn't worship stones. It says they want Yaakov. He's not interested in them. Okay. Nesiva Yiras Shamayim.